that I wanted to discuss with you. So in our country, the University of American Colleđ is accredited since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. So you mentioned a little bit about the standards, and I want to ask you, what are the basic criteria for getting the accreditation?
The basic criteria is, of course, to get recognition in the national level, which is, of course, valid for University of American Colleđ Skopje. And then the next criteria is that there must be business programs up and running for at least 2 years and have graduates. Because all the quality standards that are based on reporting on the, let's say, outcomes of students and the income or inputs from the faculty, from the business processes, from the educational processes, and everything else. So how a school gets accredited is that we provide the 7 standards of quality. We provide a base for every institution, and then every institution is writing a self-study on how they apply the processes in practice based on their mission and vision and their strategic planning. They provide information on leadership, they provide information on strategy, they provide information on stakeholder focus, because the standards are also developing the students, the community, faculty, and all the other different stakeholders. Also, part of it is, of course, the biggest standard is quality assessment of student learning outcomes. So every, let's say, accredited institution have to provide outputs from students. Those have to be internationally comparable. So we are providing a baseline to get the schools not at the, let's say, just average level, but to improve to a best-in-class, and to get the students to an internationally recognized level. That is the purpose, of course. We are all focusing on student success, and this is the purpose of getting the best quality teachers, teachers from practice, professors with degrees, qualified professors, and the business applicable results.
Is it an annual process, the renewal of accreditation? That's annually?
The accreditation is generally for 10 years. After the first accreditation, every 10 years, a school is going through a very rigorous process with a site visit. Several team members are coming into the institution to check on the quality and the processes in place. And
so the standards basically that you mentioned, you have to keep up to those standards, because once given the accreditation, it can be lost after your evaluation.
Yes, it can happen, of course, because every 2 years, every school is sending a report on the continuous improvements, on the processes in place, and they have to report always the period backwards, let's say, on the student achievements, on the learning outcomes, on the graduation rates, and many, many other things, of course, on the quality of faculty and professors who are teaching in those programs. So every 2 years, let's say there's a reassessment, which is done by the Board of Commissioners, and there might be, of course, some outputs, either positive or with some notes or conditions, or if the quality standards are lost within the period, of course, it can happen that the accreditation might be also withdrawn or suspended. But of course, we are working with every school